so when I was growing up in this building, this one room here was used for 4 different things. We had primary in here on Saturday mornings. We had seminary in here during the school week. We had Sunday school here on Sunday mornings, and Relief Society here during, I think it was Tuesday or Thursday night during the week. So one room, 4 purposes. And it used to look like a really huge room. And now it's looking pretty little. But this is the building where I gave my testimony. So this is a really important building to me.
We got a very, very good turnout tonight, and Brother Goddard's doing an amazing job with the presentation.
Yeah.
What are the others? What have they said going through all of the materials?
All of the materials are just bringing back a lot of memories, and even a lot of things that they didn't know took place. They weren't aware of it, but there's one thing that really surprised me. My mom, back in 1963, wrote a letter to the prophet, who was Joseph Fielding Smith at the time, and asked if our family should move to Utah. She was told that we should move to Utah, and he was so polite, the prophet wrote her back and said, "Dear sister, you stay there in Canada."
And then we went to Utah. Sister Hillman went to Salt Lake. And you see here the Quebec's, they went to Cardston. My parents went to Salt Lake, to Logan, Utah. So that's where you went, right? All those years, you wanted the Temple marriage, you had to go west. And now in 1959, President Monson becomes the mission president, and he follows up on the work by Mission President Lewis, and he says, we've got these districts, they're running well, relief societies are run by members, the primaries, the board, the branches, and so he makes them a state.
We had youth activities, dances in here, we had so many things going on. The basement is a dugout, kind of, and we used to have our spook alleys. We used to have our spook alleys in the basement. It was so scary down there.
Dug out the bishop's office down
The bishop's office was a dugout in the basement. We'd have to walk down the stairs to get to the bishop's office.
That's right.
I was 20 years old. It was in September, and it was the same year the stake was created. The baptismal font in this building was a cutout in the floor, and you wouldn't know that until somebody lifted up the floor, and there was the font and the stairway to go down into the font, and it's kind of funny at that point, but I didn't know any difference, and it didn't matter at that point when you're being baptized. It was just what you had to do, and it was a great experience.
When you were attending this ward, when you were baptized, would you have imagined that the church and the ward and the stake would have grown as much as it did?
I did, and to be honest with you, I knew that this church was going to grow in this area, and I just had that feeling.
And I was too new to probably know that, and I was just happy to be here. This was a place where my wife, now wife, then my girlfriend, brought me for the first time to church, and one of the reasons I came was not just because of her, but they had a basketball team, and I was a basketball player, and they invited me to come play for the ward basketball team, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And but the thing that stuck out for me after being baptized was they talked about eternal families, and that's what caught my attention before I was baptized.
When I was bishop here in the early 70s in the second ward, I would park my car over on Concession Street early Sunday morning so I didn't get blocked in because I had to get home to get my family. And the office of the rector next door was quite visible from the street, and he'd often be standing in the window, and I'd wave at him, never wave back. But one Sunday he came up and he said, are you the pastor at that little church around the corner? I said, yes, it's called the ward, and my title is bishop. He said, well, you're delivering catalogs, aren't you? And I said, yes. And you delivered some advertisements for Helen Detweiler in my congregation? I said, yes. He said, I can hardly get my people to come to church. How do you get them to deliver catalogs?